So there's a little bit of an update on AMD's FSR 3.0 technology coming to Xbox. Let's look into this. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So I'm sure you've heard about AMD's FSR 3.0, so AMD's Fidelity FX Super Resolution 3.0, so that's the full name of this technology. And this technology is all about generating extra frames, meaning that if you've got a game that runs at 30 frames per second, you're probably going to get 60. If there's a game that runs at 60 frames per second, you're probably going to get 120. Now, this technology is all about generating extra frames, fake frames, as some people call it. And yes, it works. And yes, it's coming to Xbox apparently, right? I mean, the technology is going to be available for developers. Now, whether or not developers will use this technology in their games, well, that's another, obviously, discussion. Now, I spoke about this technology in the past. A week ago, I made a video basically talking about the fact that AMD confirmed this technology for Xbox. So I guess a lot of people got excited about this tech, including myself. But in that video, I did say that I think Digital Foundry, even back then, did say that AMD told them during one of the presentations that in order really for this tech to work, the game needs to run at 60 frames per second minimum, right? So in order to get the best results, that should be the base frame rate, 60 frames per second. Now, obviously, that doesn't mean that you can't make a 30 frames per second game at 60, but there's latency and that kind of stuff, and input lag. So yes, there's technologies to kind of tackle that, like anti-lag technology, anti-lag plus, apparently now coming from AMD. But that's still probably not enough. And now we've got a Digital Foundry talking more about it in one of their latest videos. You will find the link in the description below to that video, where they basically say that when it comes to FSR 3 on consoles, and even though I'm focusing on Xbox right now, and Xbox was the only console that got that confirmed, like it's coming to PlayStation 5 too, it's just a matter of time. But what Digital Foundry said that, unfortunately, that technology is probably not going to work well for a lot of console games, meaning that, like I said in my previous video, AMD suggests 60 frames per second as a base for that technology, right? So yeah, it probably going to make more sense to, for example, make 60 frames per second games on Xbox or PlayStation to run at 120 rather than 30 frames per second games to run at 60. So all that talk about Starfield, and Starfield is a 60 frames per second game, well, I don't know if that's really going to work. But at the same time, saying that, we need to remember that Todd Howard actually did say that Starfield on consoles did hit 60 frames per second a lot of times, but sometimes, but it wasn't just stable frame rate. So maybe FSR 3 could actually work for Starfield even on consoles. Now, we don't really know that, and I guess we probably, I'm not sure if we're going to find out, but at the end of the day, what Digital Foundry says is that FSR 3.0 probably is not going to be that game changer on consoles, this 60 frames per second kind of savior, if you know what I mean. So it really won't make all these 30 frames per second games run at 60. I mean, yes, it's doable, they can do it, but these games may not necessarily feel good to play, right? Like I said, it's all about the input lag and latency and all that kind of stuff, right? And yes, AMD has good technologies like anti-lag plus to tackle that, but that doesn't necessarily have to work. So for now, I would be checking out FSR 3 on PC. See how that works. If it's by the way, like there's this kind of cool tech from AMD that will allow, but that's apparently only will probably work only on AMD cards, where even DirectX 9 and 10 games or 11 games will be able to take advantage of FSR 3 apparently, and that will be done on a driver level. So that's probably not going to have the same effect as the DirectX 11 and 12 games, but still, and that will apparently work for all games. So FSR sounds cool. I can't wait to see FSR 3 in Cyberpunk 2077. Cyberpunk 2077 already is using DLSS 3.0. I think they will have 3.5 too. Now I don't have an NVIDIA 40 series card to actually take advantage of it. I've got RTX 3070, so that DLSS 3.0 tech won't work on my card unless there's some sort of mode, but I don't think there is one. With AMD, well, FSR 3.0 is supposed to work on all cards, so it's actually funny that me as an NVIDIA GPU owner, AMD's new technology will benefit me more than NVIDIA's own technology. So that's kind of weird. Like DLSS obviously is better when it comes to like image quality and stuff. When it comes to performance and artifacting and that kind of stuff, we will have to wait for reviews and stuff. And from what I'm hearing, there's been some rumors that FSR 3.0 may be coming like even this September. There's been some rumors about like Starfield patch for that too. Like obviously I'm talking about PC right now. As for consoles, I don't know, guys. I'm curious. I would love to know when that's going to happen. Maybe FSR 3.0 could work for games that, kind of work at around like 40-50 frames per second, and FSR 3.0 may actually allow this game to hit stable 60. I don't know. I'm just saying that that's one of the possibilities. But even if we're going to get FSR 3.0 on consoles, it's probably going to be a while before that happens. So guys, that's the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about it. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care.